Hello, welcome to Yoga for Your Body. My name is Debbie. These sessions average about 45 minutes and are designed for those who have a knowledge of yoga, but if you're a beginner, you can join in as well. Please just do what you can as best you can. Remember, you do not have to be perfect in your pose. You are doing what you can for your body. You may modify any of the poses. Start by sitting on the floor in an easy pose, Sukhasana, or the lotus pose, Padmasana, or sit however you are comfortable. Take a few breaths to start. Rolling your shoulders only, roll them to the back, squeezing the shoulder blades as you do so 3 to 4 times. And then reverse and roll to the front 3 to 4 times. You can roll them as many times as you want, or as little as you want. Roll your right shoulder forward, rotating your spine, and then roll the left forward, rotating the spine. Again, do it as many times as you want. We're warming up our muscles and loosening up the spine. Come back to center and roll your shoulders a couple of more times. Take your chin to your chest, then take it up to the ceiling, jutting your chin up to relieve pressure on the back of your neck. Then look over your left shoulder for a couple of breaths. And then look over your right. Only the head should be moving. Keep your shoulders still. Come back to center and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, only the head should move. Do not raise your shoulders up to your ear. If you wish to have a little bit more stretching, place your left hand on top of your head and gently pull downward and take your right arm out to the side. Hold for a couple of breaths. Release and drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And again, if you wish, gently pull down with your right hand and stretch out your left arm. Release for a couple of breaths, and then hinging at the hips, lower your torso to the front, keeping your back straight. No hunching over. We are stretching the spine and building up core and back muscles. Come back to center and rotate your torso to the right for a couple of breaths, and then lower your torso over your right thigh. Again, do not hunch your back. Sweep to the center, keeping a flat back, and then over to your left thigh. Come back up and continue the rotation of the torso to the left. Come back to center and raise your arms up into airplane, remembering to try to keep a straight line between your shoulders and your fingertips. Try not to sag your elbows. Continue lifting your arms straight to the ceiling. If you need to, you can hold your fingertips together like I need to. Take your arms to the right for a nice side stretch and try not to lean forward. Come back to center and stretch to the left. Come back to center and rotate to the right, taking your arm behind your back, looking over your right shoulder. Wrap your hand around your waist if you would like a little more stretch. Bring the right arm to the front and cross over, stretching out your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin to your chest and take your belly button to the back, rounding the spine. Come back up. Take the left arm behind your back, looking over your left shoulder. Release the left arm, bring it to the front and cross over again, and tuck your chin to your chest, belly button to your back, and round the spine. Come back to airplane and rotate the torso as a unit to the right. Don't swing the left arm forward. back through center and rotate the torso as a unit to the left. Again, keep the arms straight, don't swing the right arm forward. Come back to center and drop the right arm down, taking your left arm either straight up or over your head. Bring it straight up again, and then take it towards the back to open up your chest more. Bring it straight up again and pull yourself upwards. Try not to push yourself up. Come to center and drop the left hand to the floor for the same routine. Remember to try to keep your back flat against that imaginary wall. Don't lean forward. Pull yourself back up and come back to center with arms still in airplane. Hinge at the hips and drop the torso to the floor in front, and then take your arms behind your back, clasping them if you can, and raise them upwards, pushing the chest downwards. Hold for a couple of breaths, then bring your arms forward and stretch out in front to rest for a breath or two. Walk your hands back to center. And then roll your shoulders out and switch your legs. Take another breath or two. Bring the arms back into airplane. Reach up, clasping your fingers if you need to. And then stretch to the right, remembering not to lean forward. This is a side stretch. Come through center and stretch to the left. Come back to center, rotate once again to the right, reaching behind you with the right hand. Then bring the right arm over your head, but don't change the position of your torso. We are doing side stretches again. Release and rotate to the left, doing the same thing, bringing the left arm overhead without changing your torso position. Come back to center. Hinging at the hips, fold over and take your arms out to airplane, and then pull yourself up. You can clasp your hands behind your back if you wish. Take a few breaths and roll your shoulders out once again. Take your chin to your chest, then to your left armpit. Look over your left shoulder. Look up to the left corner. Look straight up. Over to the right upper corner. Look over your right shoulder. Down to your right armpit. And then back to your chest. Then reverse the process, going to the right first. Once again, you can do this as many times as you would like. From center, rotate your torso to the right again, wrapping your right arm behind your back, looking over your right shoulder. Reach back and then raise your right arm over your head, this time trying to reach towards the ground. Again, try not to lean forward. We're doing another side stretch. Try to keep the back flat against the imaginary wall. Pull yourself up and come back to center. Do the same thing on the left. Only go as far as your body will let you. Pull yourself back up, come back to center, and again, hinging at the hips, fold over with a straight back, no hunching. Take your arms to airplane and clasp behind your back if you can, raising the arms upwards, and then pull yourself up with your arms. Come back to center and shake your shoulders out. Extend your left leg out to the side as far as you can, to whatever's comfortable. Roll your ankles a couple of times each way, and point and flex your toes a couple of times, however many you want, ending in a flex. Keep your foot flexed. Take your arms to airplane, and then push your fingertips to the right wall, not leaning forward. Come through center and push to the left wall. Come back to center. Reach upwards. Stretch to the right, as we did before. Then stretch to the left. Again, these are side stretches. Don't lean forward as you do the stretches. Rotate to the left, facing your left leg. Exhale, hinging at the hips, keeping your arms by your ears and back as flat as you can. Reach forward over your leg towards your toes and hold for a breath or two. Do not round your back. Exhale again and then lower down and rest on your thigh. Take your left hand to the inside of your foot or leg, whatever you can get, and reach up with your right hand, trying to flatten your back against that imaginary wall. Keep your arm up, or for more stretch, take it over your head. Reach up again and take it back towards the wall, rotating your torso. Coming back to center, take the right arm over the left and pull your chin towards your toes, looking ahead of you with a flat back, no hunching. Reach back with your left hand, and if you wish, wrap it around your back, opening the shoulder and looking behind you. Release and cross the left arm over the right, pulling your chin towards your toes and looking ahead with a flat back. Once again, no hunching over. Release, walk your hands to the center and stretch your chest to the floor for a breath or two. Continue walking your hands over to your right thigh, reaching and stretching as far as you can with your left arm. Hold for a couple of breaths. Place your right elbow alongside your right hip and reach upward with your left arm so your back is once again flat against that imaginary wall. Try not to lean forward. Stay here, take your arm over your head, or both. Back up, and then take your arm towards the back, opening up the chest even more. Coming back to center, pull yourself upright. Try not to push up with your right hand. Drop the left elbow to the inside of your knee or wherever you can, whatever your body allows, and take the right arm upwards to the ceiling once again, and then over your head towards your toes. If you cannot reach your toes, just go as far as you can for your body, but try not to lean forward. Keep it a side stretch, with your back flat against that imaginary wall. Reach up again, reach back, and then once again, pull yourself upwards. Try not to push yourself upwards, coming back to center. Take your arms behind your back and clasp if you can, hinging at the hips, and fold over with a flat back, pushing your chest to the floor. Pull yourself back up with your arms, coming back to center. Shake it out, switch your legs, and extend the right leg out to the side as far as you can. We will do the same routine on this side. Remember, you want to do each side equally to keep your body in balance. So roll your ankles a couple of times each way, point and flex your toes a couple of times, ending in a flex. Take your arms to airplane, push your fingertips to the left wall, not leaning forward, then come through center to the right wall, and then come back to center again. Reach upwards, and then stretch to the left. Come back through center and stretch to the right. Again, this is a side stretch. Do not lean forward with your body. Rotate to the right, facing your right leg. Exhale and hinging at the hips, keeping your arms by your ears again and back as flat as you can. Reach forward over your legs and toes and hold for a breath. Exhale, lower down and rest on your thigh. Take your right hand to the inside of your foot or leg and reach up and back with your left hand, trying to flatten your back against that imaginary wall behind you. Different stretch, wrap your arm around your back as shown here. Then raise your arm up, or for more stretch, you can take it over your head as you did on the other side. Then take it back towards the wall, rotating your torso. Release. Take the left arm over the right and pull your chin towards your toes, looking ahead with a flat back. Reach back with your right hand, and if you wish, wrap it around your back as before, opening the shoulder and looking behind you. Release and cross the right arm over the left, pulling your chin towards your toes once again, looking ahead with a flat back, no hunching over. Release and walk your hands to the center and stretch your chest to the floor for a breath or two. Continue walking your hands over to your left thigh, reaching and stretching as far as you can with your right arm. And relax and hold for a couple of breaths in this position. Place your left elbow alongside your left hip and reach upward with your right arm so your back is once again flat against the imaginary wall. Try not to lean forward. Stay here, take your arm over your head, or do both for more stretch. Reach back up, take your arm backwards towards the wall to open the chest more. Come back to center and pull yourself upright. Again, try not to push up with your left hand. Drop the right elbow to the inside of your knee or wherever you can with your body, and take the left arm upwards to the ceiling once again and over your head towards your toes, or as far as you can go. Just try not to lean forward. Keep it a side stretch and hold. Reach upwards again, reach back, opening the chest. Once again, pull yourself upwards. Try not to push yourself up. Coming back to center. Take your arms behind your back, clasp if you can, hinge at the hips, and fold over with a flat back, pushing the chest to the floor. Pull yourself back up to center with your arms. Shake it out, and come back into a cobbler, Baddha Konasana. Using your elbows as leverage if you wish, pull your chest forward, hinging at the hips. Again, don't round your back. Keep it as flat and straight as you can. Come back up to center. And take your feet out about a foot more and do the same thing. You're working on opening up your hip sockets. Come back to center with a straight back, and take your right leg out to the side with your right hand, as far as you can, and as straight as you can. If you have a slight bend in the knee, that's okay. Keep working on it. You're doing what your body can do. Bring it to the front, still straight as you can, switch hands, and take it across your body as far as you can. Use that core to keep your balance, keeping the back straight. Reach around your back with your right arm and look over your shoulder for a couple of breaths. You can wrap your arm around your back for more stretch if you want. Lower the foot to the outside of your left thigh and continue the rotation, holding for a couple of more breaths. Release and rotate to the left, wrapping your left arm around your back and the right arm to the inside of your leg. Release, come back to center, taking your right leg back across with you with your right hand and out to the side as far as you can. Come back to center and switch legs. Extending the left leg out to the side with your left hand as far as you can for a couple of breaths, and then try to extend it a little further. Bring it to the front, straight as you can. Switch hands and take it across your body as before. Use the core to keep your balance, keeping the back straight. Reach around your back with your left arm. Look over your left shoulder for a couple of breaths. Wrap your arm if you want for more stretch. Continue straightening your leg out as your body permits. Lower the foot to the outside of your right thigh and continue the rotation to the left with your torso. Again, hold for a couple of breaths. Release and rotate to the right, wrapping your right arm around your back and your left arm to the inside of your leg. Release, come back to center, taking your left leg back across with your left hand, back out to the side as far as you can go. Again, you are trying to do all this with your core. Keep your back straight as possible. Do not round it and hunch over. Coming back to center, grasp both legs, either your feet or behind the calves, whatever you can do. Open them to a V as wide as you can and as straight as you can. Bring them back together, continuing to keep them straight, and open again. Come back together, bring to the floor into the cobbler once again, Baddha Konasana, and stretch forward. Come back up to center and come into Dandasana, or staff pose, facing sideways on your mat. Bring your arms into an airplane, and using your core, keeping your back flat, slowly lower back, going as far as you can and hold as long as you can. Try not to round your back. You're hinging at the hips. Using your core, pull yourself back up to Dandasana and fold over for a breath. Come back to Dandasana. Release and place your hands behind you at your hips, fingers forward, and push up into a reverse plank for a breath or two. Try to keep as straight as possible. No bums sagging to the floor, and try to get your toes on the floor. Lower down, fold over at the hips. This time rest on your thighs. Come back to Dandasana, and then take your left leg and stretch it out to the back, and your right knee is bent to the front, as close to a 90-degree angle as possible for pigeon pose. To start, you may have to bend it more towards your body. The back leg is straight out behind you, trying to push the knee to the ceiling. Hips are square to the front. Try not to angle them. Sit up as tall as you can, shoulders are down and back, arms as straight down from your shoulders as you can. Chest is puffed out a bit to look like a pigeon. Stay here or slowly fold over your front leg or knee the best you can. You can rest on your knee if you want. Hold for a few breaths. Pull yourself back up rather than pushing yourself back up with your hands to pigeon, and this time walk your hands forward to extend past your knee. Again, hold for a few breaths, resting on top of your leg. Slowly walk your hands to the inside, to the left, stretching your side and reaching as far as you can. Keep your hips square. Then walk your hands back to the front and over to the outside, the right. Stay here for a few breaths. Or come up onto your left elbow and come into a prayer pose, rotating the torso and looking upwards towards the ceiling. Stay here, or for more stretch, put your left elbow on your knee and come into the prayer pose and hold for a few breaths. Release, and using your core, try to come back up to pigeon. Try not to push. Keep your hands on your knee if you can for more stretch, or you can place them back to the floor. Bend the back leg and grasp it with the same outside hand. You can grasp on the outside of your leg, or for more stretch from the inside. Try not to rotate the hips, keep them square to the front, and gently pull to stretch out your quads. Swing the leg to the front, keeping your back straight, no hunching, and straighten the leg the best you can. If you can't reach your feet, just hold behind your calf. Stack your knees one on top of the other. If you can't do that, then just cross your legs with the left on top of the right. Sitting up nice and tall, exhale, and hinging at the hips, no slouching. Fold over your knees as far as you can, stretching out the spine, taking the chest down. Then you can relax over your legs for a breath or two if you wish after stretching. Reach out in front of you for more stretch. Inhale and come back up, taking the right arm to the top of the left thigh and reaching around your back with the left arm, wrapping if you can, looking over your left shoulder for a nice twist. Release and rotate to the front, taking the left arm across your left leg and right arm wrapping it around your back. Coming back to center, stack your legs into a double pigeon or a fire log. One leg on top of the other so that the left heel is on top of the right heel is under the left knee. Again, if you can't do this, just sit with your legs crossed. Hinge at the hips again, fold over your legs, and stay here or extend your arms out for more stretch. Come back to center. Rotate to the left with the right arm over the left thigh. Left arm wrapping behind your back, trying to reach your inner thigh. Come back to center and reverse, taking the left arm across the right thigh and right arm wrapping behind your back, trying to reach the inner left thigh, opening the chest. Come back to center and drop your left leg to the floor and taking the right leg straight out behind you for pigeon pose on this side. Again, hips are square, facing forward, right leg stretched back, trying to push the knee to the ceiling, shoulders down and back, puffing up the chest. Your forward leg should try to be at about a 90-degree angle, but if you can't do that yet, just tuck it in closer to your body. Keep your hips forward and square. Do what your body can do. Exhale and lower down, and then pull yourself back upright, trying not to push yourself up. Engage the core. Lower down again, and walk your hands out to the front for a few breaths. Walk your hands to the inside, the right, keeping the hips still, and hold for a breath or two. Then walk your hands to the outside, to the left, for a breath or two. Remember, we are stretching our spine. Come into the prayer position, either with your right elbow on the floor, or for more stretch, bring it to your knee as before. Rotate the spine to take the left elbow to the ceiling. Come back to pigeon, pulling yourself upwards. Hands can be on your knees again, or you can place them back on the floor. Bend your back leg, Grasp it with your same side hand, the right this time, as before, trying not to rotate your hips, but keeping them square to the front. Then gently swing the foot to the front, keeping your back straight and straightening the leg best as you can. Hold behind your calf if you can't reach your feet. Stack your knees on top of each other, as before. The right knee will be on top this time, and if you can't do that, just cross your legs. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold over your knees as far as you can, stretching the spine with chest forward. You can relax over your legs for a breath or two if you wish after stretching, and extend your arms out for more stretch. Inhale, come back up, taking the left arm to the top of the right thigh. Reach around your back with the right arm, wrapping if you can, looking over your right shoulder for a nice twist. Release, rotate to the left, taking the right arm across the right leg, and left arm wrapping around your back. Coming back to center, stack your legs into the double pigeon or fire logs again, one on top of the other, so the right heel is on top of the left knee and left heel is under the right knee. Again, if you can't do this, just cross your knees again. Hinging at the hips, fall forward over your legs, and then reach out to the front with your arms for more stretch. Come back to center, rotate to the right with the left arm over the right thigh, right arm wrapping behind your back, trying to reach your inner left thigh. Open that shoulder. Come back to center and reverse, taking the right arm across the left thigh and left arm wrapping around your back, trying to reach the inner left thigh, opening the chest, looking over your shoulder. Back to center into Dandasana for some core work and cool down. Fold over and relax over your legs for a couple of breaths to stretch out. Then come back to Dandasana. Using your core, slowly recline back as far as you can go, holding it as long as you can, and then pull yourself back to Dandasana using the core. Place your hands behind your hips and come into the reverse plank. Hold this for a few breaths again, and trying not to sag. Lower yourself down to recline again, Savasana. Once on the ground comfortably, bring your right leg straight up and then the left. Flex and point your toes a few times. Reach behind your calves, or at least your thighs, and gently bring your legs towards your face, keeping them as straight as possible. We're trying to stretch out your hamstrings. Come back to center, and then roll up into a shoulder stand. The goal is to try to be in as straight a line as possible without rounding your back. If you have neck or upper spine problems, check with your doctor first. Use your hands to help support you, like I'm doing here. Open your legs to a V, again trying to stay upright. I'm still working on it. You may be too. And open as wide as you can. Remember, we're doing this for whatever your body can do. Then bring the legs together and then open to a split. Left leg over the head, right leg to the floor. Come back and reverse. Come back together again and slowly come into the plow pose, halasana, either taking both feet to the floor together or one leg at a time, trying not to round your back and staying on your shoulders the best you can. If you can't reach the floor, just hang over your head. Just try not to round your back very much. When steady, raise your right leg straight up and hold it. Lower it and raise the left leg. Another variation is to drop your knees to either side of your ears if your body will let you. Come back to plow, halasana, and then slowly lower your torso to the ground, one vertebrae at a time, keeping your legs as close to your face and chest as possible until your legs are straight up again. Open to a V again and slowly take your legs down to the bottom in the V along your sides. Use that core. At the bottom, slowly bring them together and come up through the center, taking your legs towards your face. Open to a V and repeat. Try to get as close to the bottom as you can. Come back up to your face, and as you gain strength, increase the number of times you do this. Once you are back up, reverse. Take your legs down towards the floor first, and then open to a V. And then slowly bring them up your sides, back towards your face and your head. Close the legs and repeat. Again, as you gain strength, increase the repetitions. This is all building your inner core, your back muscles, trying to strengthen you. Come back to center and slowly lower your right leg to the floor, keeping your left leg straight. And then take it to the outside towards the left, keeping your hips on the floor. Use your hands for support if you need to. Then slowly bring the leg across your body as straight as possible and hold it using your hands or a block if you want, but don't roll up on your hip. Bring it back to center. Bend your knee and take the leg to the outside once again, using your hands if need be. Slowly bring it across your body, but this time roll up onto your right hip and rest your knee on the floor or a block. Reach back with your left hand and try to get both shoulders on the floor, and then look down at your left fingertips. Hold this pose for several breaths to relax. This is a relaxation pose. Slowly bring the leg back to center and lower it to the ground. Straighten your body out and bring the right leg up to repeat on this side. Take the leg to the outside, the right, using your hands if you need help. Hold it, and then take it across your body. Do not roll up on your hips at this point. Bring it back to center, bend the knee, and take the leg to the outside again. Use your hands if needed. Slowly bring it across your body, and this time roll up onto your left hip. Drop your knee to the floor. Reach back with your right arm. Try to get both your shoulders to the floor. And then look down at your fingertips. Again, hold it for several breaths or as long as you want, and relax. Slowly bring the leg back to center, straighten yourself out, and then take both legs to the floor and get ready for relaxation. You should be in Savasana, the corpse pose, with your arms at your sides. Usually palms are up, but put them wherever they are comfortable for your body. Wiggle your toes and hands, ankles, and wrists for a while. Then start relaxing all your muscles. I usually start with my toes and my feet, my ankles, letting them melt into the floor. Continue up your legs with your calves and your shins. Relax your kneecaps and your knees. Let the backs of your knees fall into the floor. Then your quads and your hamstrings. Let your hips and your pelvis relax. Your lower back, your spine. Look inside yourself. Let your intestines totally relax, and your diaphragm. Your breathing should become shallow. Continue relaxing your spine and your rib cage and your lungs. Shoulder blades should relax into the floor, as well as your shoulders. Your arms are probably relaxed, but check. Make sure that the wrists, elbows, forearms, upper arms are all relaxed and sinking into the floor. Continue with your neck and jaw, your tongue, cheeks, eyes and eyeballs, eyebrows and forehead. Your scalp. Check your body to see if anything has tensed up. If so, revisit and relax. Relax your mind. Listen to the music. Let it go to that special place. That place where you can get away from it all. Don't think about what needs to be done. Concentrate on the now, how your body feels. This may be the only time in your day that you'll have completely to yourself. Always try to relax for 10 to 15 minutes or even longer. But even a couple of minutes will help restore your body. When it's time to get up, do not just jump up. Slowly wake your muscles up. Wiggle your toes. Roll your ankles and your wrists and your fingers. Then roll to one side and come back to Sukhasana. Take some nice, even, slow breaths. Breathing in and out. You can roll your shoulders out again, a few times to the front and a few times to the back. Wake up those muscles. Do some slow neck rolls each direction, a couple of times each way. Take this time to reflect on what you just did for your body. See how it feels. Always remember, these sessions are for you to work on. You may not be perfect. I know I'm not. But this is yoga for your body. It is for everyone, no matter your flexibility, ability, or disability. Just do what you can do for your body. Keep it stretching. Keep it moving. Do it for yourself. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, namaste.